Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have a video that I make around once a year. This year I made a video talking about the problems with Madden 24, but today we're talking about the next Ultimate Team, the next Madden, whether it's Madden 25, whatever they call it. We're talking about how they can make the next Madden Ultimate Team the best Ultimate Team we've seen, at least in the last couple of years, because, you know, 2020, maybe 22, 23, this year, it's been a little shaky for MUT. You know, there's not been raving reviews. So hopefully, maybe this will reach the ears of some of the right people. Maybe, I doubt it, but I still like putting my ideas out there for you guys. And maybe, I don't know, who knows? I don't know. I just thought it was, I just wanted to get my ideas out there, really. So before we get started, if you are new here, of course, we make Ultimate Team content here. We play Madden Ultimate Team. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. It's daily, every single day. Gameplays, tier list, best cards each position, best budget cards, all right here on the channel, your one-stop shop. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you do enjoy any of my ideas throughout the video, hit that like button and drop some comments. I read all of them, so just drop a comment down below if you have an idea to improve Ultimate Team for next year's game. Before I start rambling, this is me from the past after editing this video. All the gameplay footage you're going to see today is from a one button challenge I did on stream where I could only win a game by hitting one button. I couldn't move the stick or anything, so the gameplay looks weird. That's why, but I was doing a one button challenge on stream, and that's what all this gameplay footage is from. The first thing I want to talk about is promo theme teams. EA has to either ditch this idea, which I recommend they would do, is just getting rid of promo theme teams in general, or if you're going to go down that path, you have to commit to it. Every single promo has to have their own theme team, so people, like, at least every promo, there's people interacting with it and trying to build a new team. At least that needs to be a thing. But to me, just get rid of them. Just get rid of the promo theme teams. The problem, what happens is, I'll show you right now, is you have these theme teams that last so long. Like Super Bowl theme team, you could probably still run these cards if you wanted to. I mean, Troy Aikman's a bad example, but take a look at a guy like, I don't know, a Christian McCaffrey Super Bowl card came out February 8th. I don't think that was even the first drop. The first drop was February 1st, and you can still run this team at a high level. You can still win games with a Super Bowl team, and even Combine. Like, I got a Combine team right now. They're going to be good for a while, okay? They're going to be very good for a while. They got names everywhere. They have good abilities, good X factors, and they're still getting upgrades. So, to me, you kind of have to either just scratch the promo theme team or make a promo theme team for every single promo. Again, I recommend just getting rid of them. I think they're stupid. I don't like them at all. Yes, it makes EA money, but there are other ways EA can make money than just doing a promo theme team and making people buy all the cards that come out. It's just lazy, and again, it makes the game stale because you play the same exact team every single game, and that is not fun for anybody. Staying on the topic of theme teams, let's talk normal theme teams, the NFL theme teams, which you may have forgotten or even in the game. But I do feel like we need a better balancing for promo theme teams. If they are going to get rid of, Combine or, promo theme teams like I want them to, normal theme teams need to be more balanced. It's simple as that. If we stick with this normal promo, like the way they do these promos now, the Niners, the Raiders, the Cowboys, the teams you would expect are always going to be at the top. My solution to this, or at least one solution to this, is them dropping a 32-team promo at least once a month. They did a good job of this in Madden 21 with team standouts during the beginning of the year, and I think Madden 21 is one of my favorite content years just based off how much 32 team content we got, and it made the game a lot of fun. There was variety. I really enjoyed Madden 22's content, Madden 21's content, because there were so many 32 team promos. They try to do this with team builders and things like that, but these cards are not usable. These cards are not good even on their theme teams. All they are is 2x chems to put behind someone else. That's all they are. And what I mean by 32 team promos, whether that's team diamonds during the seasons, do team standouts, something like that, where every team is getting a good amount of content every single month. Right now, for a good part of the year, they kind of go through runs where they'll feed the Seahawks, or they'll feed the Raiders, or they'll feed the Niners, and it puts teams like the Bengals or the Saints, who haven't had a good theme team for as long as I can remember, because there just isn't enough content tailored towards those teams. And all you have to do is just do a 32 team promo. Give every team at least closer to the same amount of content, and it'll balance out theme teams and lead to more variety. And again, variety in gameplay, you don't notice it, but when you play against your 14th Bo Jackson with Darius Hayward-Bay at wide receiver, it gets stale. When you play against your 45th Doug Williams in a row during Super Bowl, it gets stale, it gets boring. And to me, I think that's what Madden needs right now. They just need more content that it leads to more variety. And I think 32 team promos are a great way to do this. It'll lead to more people running the teams they're actually a fan of compared to whatever is meta or good at the current moment. The next thing up is promo variety. Really, when you zoom out in Madden Ultimate Team, you're going to realize that it's just the same content pretty much every single week with the same promo structure, and you're doing the same thing every single week. It's pretty much the same objectives and field passes. It's pretty much, you're putting the same cards into a set. It's the same structure every single week, but just kind of progresses as the year goes. And that makes the game stale. It makes the game stale, simple as that. If you're coming on here doing the same thing every single week, you might not even realize it, but you are. Promo structure during the prime months of Madden this year has been pretty much exactly the same, with the exception of, gifts for Christmas and Easter eggs. I wouldn't really even count that because we're already out of the prime months of Madden, in my opinion, but the promo structure is pretty much the same. It goes back to Madden 21 where we had the draft promo where there was 32 draft picks, one for every single pick in the first round. We had like late round draft picks that year too. It was just a really good year of content in my opinion. I just love Madden 21's content. But even that promo like that had a different structure where you have 32 champions compared to there just being the 4 that we normally get. And it almost feels random sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, just random cards come out for random promo. It's just like, there's got to be some kind of theme to these promos, some kind of thought. And I feel like this year there just isn't thought. There just isn't thought behind these promos. There's nothing clever about these promos. It's just the same thing, rinse and repeated every single week. And I really do feel like variety in promo structure could go a long way for Ultimate Team. Next up, we have free cards. I think free cards this year, towards the end, have been actually very good. Like, they're very usable. 32 team chems. Like, I think they've been actually pretty solid. But again, I've been saying this for a while. We need more variety in free cards. There's so many NFL players in the NFL. There's just so many in NFL history. I'm sure that EA could use in their game. Just give us more options for free cards. Just give us more options. Say, maybe my team, I need a wide receiver, so I'll pick the wide receiver. Your team might need a cornerback, so you'll pick the corner. Someone else's team might need an offensive lineman, so they can pick the offensive lineman. All that in the same drop, having variety, I think, again, goes a long way. I think for these free cards, I like 32 team chems, so everyone feels the need to grind for them. I think one of the best free cards this year was Darren McFadden. He fit every single theme team, and I'm sure EA saw that a lot of people were grinding for a card like that because he fit every single theme team, was a good card. And running back, 3 running backs, you can usually hide one in there, you know what I mean? But I just feel like the free cards, we need more variety because, for example, I'll talk about it for, literally in the next, on the next bullet point here. But, if there's not a free card you feel like you need to grind for, what's the point in you playing the game during that time span? Probably nothing. There's probably no reason, especially right now in Madden where there's really no reason to play the game. There really isn't. So that's the truth. Next up, we have the Comp Pass. And this year, the Comp Pass was an absolute train wreck. It was awful. It was genuinely awful. To start the year, it's cool because no one really has a good team. No one really has a team built out. But throughout the middle of the year, where people have their teams and what they want to do with their MUT teams already in their head, and you're giving them cards that they have to grind for with no options for free, and normally they weren't even that great. You're playing, pretty much the Comp Pass is the reason for playing the game, pretty much. That's what you're grinding. You're grinding the Comp Pass. And when the rewards are mediocre or it's a reward you don't want or don't care about, it's brutal. And it got even worse when they got rid of that Legend Fantasy Pack. That was pretty good. It was a good fantasy pack. It gave me a reason to play the game. It was good. But once they got rid of that Legend Pack and made it like a normal Legend Pack, that's brutal. And once they started doing these bad, these bad rewards, like, what's the point of you grinding the Comp Pass? And don't get me started with solo battles. Get rid of solo battles, okay? Solo battles gotta go. The only reason why people are playing solo battles is for the Comp Pass. Okay, so just get rid of solo battles. No one plays that mode for their own enjoyment. I would almost guarantee it. If you do, check into a medical clinic because you need help. No one's playing solo battles for fun. Nobody. And if you are, you're crazy. But with the Comp Pass, make it refresh faster. Don't make it refresh with the seasons. Give us options. Like I said for the last point, give us 2 to 3 options on offense and defense with 32 team chems, so people have a reason to play the game. Make them good cards. There's too many good players in the NFL. Not good players. There's too many players in the NFL where names shouldn't be used. You know what I mean? Like, you could use a guy like Jason Pinnock or someone like random in the NFL. You can make their card good and it doesn't matter. So the stats are good, And on a free card, people don't care for the names. For promo champions, you want to make sure they're using those big names. But for free cards that people can get for free, they're not gonna complain about a card's name. They won't do that. Just give it. There's so many players in the NFL. There's so many past players I'm sure EA doesn't use that can be a part of these free promos or free, free grinds or comp passes and things like that. So the Comp Pass to me. We need options. We need to refresh faster. And we also just gotta get rid of solo battles in it. Because if you gotta play solo battles to get these rewards as fast as possible, that's brutal, man. That is just brutal. And to my next point, they can even replace it with another game mode that I've been talking about for years at this point. And that is, of course, Draft Champions. People are gonna roll their eyes. MUT Draft. I think it was one of the best game modes that Madden has ever introduced. And they've gone away from it. They haven't even updated MUT Draft this year yet. They at least updated it last year, like once, I think, towards the end of the year. But this year, you're literally playing with core elites in that mode. But there is no reason to play that mode. I guess it comes back to the reason to play the game. And people, I remember there was this whole debate, but 80% of people that play this game are not probably more than that. 95% of people that play this game are not trying to compete for the MCS. And these MCS guys kept saying, well, the reason to play the game was to get good. Yeah, because that's how you're trying to be a professional Madden player, so that makes sense. For a lot of people, that's not what they want to do. They want to get on the game and play what feels like meaningful games to them versus people that are at their skill level. And that is not hard to do. They shouldn't have to go on these third-party websites to play in competitive games. And this year on Madden, me personally, I haven't played a game that has meant anything to me this whole year. I miss that. I miss Weekend League. I miss playing games where it felt like I needed to win. And that goes back to you feeling like you need to be good at the game. I feel like I don't need to be good at this game at all. I genuinely don't feel like I need to be good at this game to get the rewards I want. I just don't feel like it. There's no games that mean anything in Ultimate Team. And I kind of merged 2 points together there. I just went on a rambling streak. But back to Draft Champs. Draft Champs, look at MLB The Show. Literally copy MLB The Show's BR mode to a T. And this is good for no money spent players. And if you make the rewards good enough, even the players that spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per month on your game are still going to want to grind for this free reward through BR. And San Diego Studios, MLB's creator, does a great job with giving choice when it comes to free cards. I think Madden does an awful job at that. MLB does a good job at that. They give us variety. They give you a bunch of different options. But I'm telling you, a Draft Champs mode that if you're getting started in Ultimate Team, you don't have to swipe your card right away. You can play Draft Champs, build up that Ultimate Team through Draft Champs, whether it's with packs or there being like a undefeated reward as there is in MLB The Show, I think would be so beneficial to the game. And even those who feel like the game is stale, they can hop on and use new cards. If you want to use new cards now with the EA tax, you're going to go down thousands and hundreds of thousands of coins if you want to switch your team up or even switch who you're using. But all that we have to do to fix Draft Champs, they already have the engine in the game. It's not like I'm asking for anything crazy here, is update the draft pool when the cards come out. That's not hard at all. That's not hard. Add abilities to the game mode, because you don't want to feel like you're out there with, you want to be able to put abilities on the cards that you're using. That shouldn't be hard. And all you gotta do is just add free rewards. Good rewards for Draft Champs that you get rewarded by actually winning games. Because that'll make a game feel meaningful. And that makes the game more fun. That makes the game feel like you actually want to play it and try to get better at it. That's my opinion. I just think they need that. There's not enough meaningful games. I think if you go undefeated in Draft Champs, whether you 8-0, for example, maybe that's a little crazy. 5-0 in Draft Champs for football, that's probably a good ratio. 5-0 in Draft Champs, you get this, a really good, cornerback, or do a little choice pack like I was saying earlier, where you have 3 players on defense, 2 players on offense that are all good at their position and all get 32 team camps. That'll give people a reason to play the game. Simple as that. It's not that hard. And it would just be so good. Draft Champs, I really hope they make it something in Madden 25. I've been saying this for 3 years, and the game mode has been dead. It's been dead, but it's a great game mode. If you think back to the Prime, it was great. And sticking with the whole game modes topic, I think we need more ways to play this game. Like I said, Draft Champs, I already went my whole spiel about that one. I think, Weekend League, bring back Weekend League. And people kind of roll their eyes when I say this, but I feel like Madden is a game that would benefit from weekly cups. Kind of like Fortnite does it, where during the week they have a 1-day cup. If you miss it that week, who cares? But they're going to be going on every single week, and I think a weekly cup would give people a reason, again, to build their Ultimate Team, get good at the game, hence play the game more, spend money on the game because they want to get the good cards, things like that, I think are really important. So to me, I think a weekly cup would be great, during the week. Make it almost like a Weekend League thing, like a 2-day event kind of situation, where you have day 1 it's open, day 2 it's the guys who did good, the whole day before. Weekend League, bring that back. I used to love Weekend League. Those rewards were great. You get 13 wins, you get this reward. It's not you got this much XP this month, you get this reward, and you don't even get it. And let's just 2 points in one here. Ditch the field pass XP and ditch checking boxes. Checking boxes sucks. You should be rewarded for how many points you score in a game. If you score touchdowns, you should be rewarded for interception. There should be separate XP for all these things. Not if you get 3 interceptions in one game. That's the only way you're gonna get your interception XP. Or like if you win a game, you should get more XP than the guy that just lost that just lost to you. There should be XP that correlates with how you play the game, and if you win or lose. Like, is that a crazy concept? I don't think it is. I think I just got to get rid of the whole checking boxes concept of season passes. And I think the season passes have been pretty good. I think they have been all right, but I just hate the XP grind in them. It feels monotonous. It just sucks. Just look at MLB The Show again. Do it again, okay? I think MLB The Show does a great job. You know, like with all their field passes and free rewards. There's certain things where they don't do a good job of, but I think the EA can look at it and just make it so it's XP for the season rewards. That's all you got to do, and then have your real deal stuff kind of play into like give season XP, which they've been doing, but just make that only XP. I don't think that's crazy at all to say. I feel like they just got to ditch the field pass because it feels so monotonous having to get on there and, oh, I got to score 15 touchdowns today. Like it's stupid. You get no XP if you don't do that. It's so dumb. You should get XP for winning and losing. You should get XP for playing a game. Even if you check off none of their boxes. I don't know. Is that a crazy? I don't know. But yeah, I didn't even finish my point. I think there should be limited modes for every major promo. I think, what was it? It was, what promo did I really like? I think it was Most Feared. I really enjoyed grinding for the candy. That was a good mode. I think we need limited time modes for every major promo, and I think there also should be weekly house rules, ones that people like. Just refresh that every single week, and that would just lead for like just a different way to play football in a way. Just put like college OT with like a decent reward every week. Like why? There's too many players in the NFL for the excuse to be like, oh, they're doing too much content, and that'll lead to again variety in cards you use, variety in cards you see. It goes a long way for making this game feel less stale. Okay, I was supposed to mention this now, but I have like a notes thing here. But yeah, meaningful games. I already kind of touched on that, and then bring back Weekend League because again, meaningful games. It gives you a reason to play the game, get better, feel like you know what I mean. You kind of get what I'm all saying. Gameplay. I tried to. This is the final thing. But gameplay, I didn't really want to talk about too much, as this is just kind of like an Ultimate Team video. But I guess Ultimate Team gameplay and Regs gameplay are two different games. Like really, it's crazy. But I think gameplay is in an okay spot. I will say though, if you're like a casual Madden fan and you see like, oh my goodness, the new Madden's out, let's watch a video on what it looks like, and you see these slow, clunky players, if you've been playing the game for a while, maybe you've adjusted to this, but when you see these slow, clunky gameplay, it doesn't make you want to play the game. It makes the game just feel just slow. It really does, and I think these companies are kind of doing a bad job, like even 2K, of making the game less arcadey. I'm not saying go back to Madden 21 or Madden 20 arcade style, which is looking back on that gameplay to what we have now, it looks like it's 5x sped up, but find a happy medium in there. Make player movement more fluid, bring back actual stick work. Now stick work is just quick skip juking. That's all it is. Like when's the last time you saw someone hit a stop and go or actually like have some good stick work? Like that whole aspect of the skill of the game has been killed. It is gone. And I think it goes back to the casual fan or the casual player. They're playing a game with players that feel like they're in slow motion. Again, maybe you've gotten used to it, but go back and watch some Madden 20. Hopefully I'm putting some on the screen right now. Go back and watch some of that stuff. It is ridiculous how fast that old gameplay looks. I'm not saying go back to that, but find a happy medium. Make the gameplay a little bit more arcadey. It might hurt the franchise. I want realism football, but it's a video game, man. It's a video game. It's literally a video game. Okay, this one's a big one that people won't argue about, and not just kill pre-lit X Factors. I think X Factors can be tailored a little bit, but you have to keep the requirement. And even on AKAs, they're kind of overpowered. I would probably cook them too, as far as like they charge up and turn off and charge on and come back, whatever I'm saying. Get rid of those two, but if at least there's a requirement, like say it's like score 1 touchdown, your X Factor lights up, but it turns off after like 10 plays, that's fine. At least you did something to earn that X Factor. A player shouldn't be rewarded for literally just taking snaps or it just be on for the whole game. X Factors are broken. And that's for a reason, because once a player is able to, when they first thought of the idea, once a player hits that, whether it's like, it used to be like mad tackles for loss or like a certain amount of rushing yards, like 10-yard rushes, that's tough to do. So if a player does that, they should get the X Factor. They deserve it. But a player shouldn't get it by just standing there and doing nothing. Simple as that. At least if you're going to make some X Factors better than others, at least keep the requirement as far as like catching passes or catching for receiving yards or touchdowns or whatever the case is, or consecutive passes, whatever you want to do. Maybe you can lower that threshold before the X Factor lights up, but just get rid of pre-lits. It makes the game so brutal to play. Okay, this one's also kind of a big one, but it is going back to Madden 20 abilities. I think that would be huge, or Madden 20 X Factors, where you only could have 3 players on each side of the ball that even get abilities. I think that would go a long way for Ultimate Team right now. People will say, you know, KOs are like needed or something like that. I just think KOs just make the game so, and yeah, sure, maybe to the comp people it's different, but if you're a casual player and you throw an open ball that you think's open, and every single player on the field, if he gets touched, you know, your receiver gets touched, has a chance to knock the ball out, it makes the game, again, stale. It makes you not want to play the game, and then you realize, why am I even playing this game right now? I'm not grinding for anything. This game's pointless. If I win or lose, it doesn't matter. And then you zoom out and you realize, you're like, damn, why am I playing Madden? Why am I playing Ultimate Team right now? I'm gonna go play a different game. I'm gonna go back and play some Fortnite. You know what I mean? That's when you start realizing, you're like, oh, MLB's coming out. I'm gonna wait for that thing to come out. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what happened, okay? And I'm not saying KOs are the reason for that. It's a little crazy. But I think if you go back to Madden 20, if you throw out a KO, sure, that's on you. You threw out a KO. You saw the X underneath the guy, and you still threw at him. If they get a KO for that, great. But at this point of the year, every single player has these KOs, and it's just like, it's just so brutal to play, man. It is so brutal to play. So I think if they go back to that, it might hurt EA's pockets a little bit, but I really feel like it'll improve gameplay so much. And I don't care if they want to keep the old way in regs. I could care less. But in MUD, at least, 3 players on each side of the ball with no AP cap limit, I think would be really good. And I lied, but the last point is the menus. The menus suck on this game. Rerolls are not rewarding. There's no training variety. We haven't seen one throughout the whole year. I just feel like the menus have been the driest they've ever been. I probably spent the least amount of time on this year's menus as I ever have. So I feel like the menus can be improved for sure. Like if you want to dabble in the store right now, you're gonna lose all your training with a very slight chance of pulling anything good. So I think they gotta go back to just making the menus great as they once were. They used to be very fun, very profitable. There's nothing like getting a good pull, whether it's a little bit more common or it's as rare as it is now. It's still the same feeling to me. So I just hope that the next Madden game can be a good one, because in my opinion, we've been on a 3-year just very down. It's been bad in my opinion. These games have not been great. They have not been. And I'm someone that's not going to be like, oh, yes, Madden's great. I'm not an EA rider like some people are. But yeah, the game could be better. And even if they take like 1 or 2 ideas, it would be much better. It's much better. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Hit that like button if you did. It was kind of just me rambling. Hopefully I put some nice B-roll footage over my full face cam, because that's all this has been. Hopefully I put some nice B-roll footage over it for you guys. But as always, appreciate you guys watching today's video, and I will see you boys in the next one.